Been here when it was glory hole days, and I've been here when it wasn't. Well, having said that, I want me some glory hole.
This is Silver and Blue Nation, the voice of the fans. Here's Big Game James and Producer G.
How about this, Cowboys?
Yeah, you know what it is. It's the cowboy hat today, baby. You know what it is. Silver and Blue Nation with the cowboy hat. Black Board is back. Big Game James.
Producer G.
We here in the house. You know what today is. It's been Redskin week all damn week. I'm done with the week. Now it's time to really show and prove today. As I said before, Jacksonville Jaguars, frauds. Blake Bortles, frauds. Terrible. Feel me? Getting smacked again. Didn't I say they wasn't gonna win no more games, G?
You said it.
Didn't I say they wasn't gonna score no more points? Frauds. 20-0. I don't even know the score now. They replaced him with Cody Kessler. So this victory even means more now than that last victory because this counts more because this is for division, right? A lead in the division or a tie for the division for first place. And it's the hated Redskins. And let's keep that streak alive or them bums.
Yeah, definitely a lot on the line today. Season-defining type game. I just want to appreciate everybody who's checking us out on Facebook Live and YouTube right now. We appreciate you checking in. If it's your first time watching, we're live here every Sunday doing pre- and post-game shows. So make sure you check back in with us after the game as well. Turn on your notifications. Give the video a like and share. And let's get into it, man.
Let's get into it. I'm going to give a few shout-outs to everybody. Appreciate everybody jumping in like y'all always do. Ryan Dye, JL Loud, The Goofy. I like that name. Vienna Smith Kolick, Chris
Goofy.
Garnett, Annette Mabu as usual. Judith Funches, Juwan James, what's up, dog? Big Bert, Nikki. They got some good names in here now. You feel me, dog? Wise Man Santana, Trayvon Butcher. We got Alec Cassidy. I seen you in there, Alec. Jay Favela, Michael Lasofa, Mama T, Stephen Arthur. Keep on coming in here. We appreciate y'all. Israel Romo. I like that. Katina, what's good? Tina Acosta, Laura BP. Let's just keep it going. Let's jump in here. Jesse, what's up, big dog? Let's jump in here and get ready for these Redskins today.
Since we're giving some shout-outs, let me give some love over here to YouTube as well.
All right.
That was Facebook Live. Thanks to everybody watching again. Mike Gons, he says gang in this.
Gang, gang.
He's ready to go. Elena, we appreciate you. Jared Head. Usually YouTube's killing it with them names, but you had some good ones over there.
I had some good-ass names today. Feel me?
T Smooth's in there. Cole Randall, Ron Smith. He's on YouTube and Facebook.
What's up, Ron?
That's loyal. Brock Smith, Thurston Howell, Sheila Neal. Appreciate you guys. And Stevie Mack, Chaz Jewell.
Stevie Mack always in there repping.
All right, man. So what do you want to talk about first?
Man, what I want to talk about first is these damn Redskins. I mean, right now, if you look at, first of all, let's talk about the injury report. The injury report, they got Chris Thompson, number 25, who's a scat back, is a problem for us, Paul Richardson, and Jamison Crowder. All out today. You feel me? So they don't really got no weapons that we have to deal with besides Jordan Reed and Vernon Davis. And even Adrian Peterson is beat up right now. So we got a real healthy defense. Sean Lee is back in the fold. That's huge for us, right? We got Sean Lee back in the fold. Vander Esch and Jalen Smith has already been balling. Now you bring Sean Lee back. Joe Thomas is out. Kind of hurts us because we need that depth, but now you still got Damian Wilson, those guys in the fold. David Irving is his second game back. So defensively, Cheeto is kind of a questionable, but Jordan Lewis has been stepping up. But defensively, we're in good to what they are looking like offensively. Now, they do have the Alabama boys on the defensive side, but this is a game we should win, G. Like I said, this is a game we should win. I know all the hype about what the Redskins, they've been playing hard, but they lost to them damn Colts. You feel me? They got mashed by the Saints. Yeah, they beat the Panthers, but the Panthers still could have won that game. The Panthers really shot themselves in the foot. So I'm not scared of no Washington. We should go in there to Redskin town. We got 4-0 with Dak. This should be 5-0 today. Shouldn't be no problems. And guess what, Garrett? And I know the players play, but if you go in there and throw an egg today, you're going to hear a big-time rant because there ain't no way in hell we should be losing to these damn Redskins today because we have the advantage today.
You mentioned David Irving, so he came back last week. He wasn't able to get a sack. He probably didn't get a ton of snaps. So what are you expecting from him this week?
I'm expecting a lot more action from him. Like I said, that was the first game back. His first play, he got in there on the first play, almost had a would-be sack on Blake Bortles. So he was right there. Blake Bortles got rid of it just in time. So you got to understand, this guy's been out 4 games. He hasn't been in the best shape, so he's going to take a little bit of time to get acclimated. But he did have a big game against Washington last year in Washington. Tyrone Crawford, DeMarcus Lawrence, our whole defense had a really good game. I'm expecting the same thing from David Irving because, as I said before, they got Adrian Peterson. They're going to do a lot of draws, a lot of traps with him. So we really need to shut down that middle. I think David Irving's going to have a good game. I think we really need to help out DeMarcus Lawrence because he got the torn labrum. Taco Charlton has to step up. He has to step up. Dorrance Armstrong Jr., our rookie, has been getting more snaps, and Randy Gregory. Defensive line just has to play a really good game. I like our linebacking core. I just like our team in general to beat the Redskins, and they got Jay Gruden as their coach. He's a whack-ass coach, bro.
I'm not that concerned about Alex Smith either. We handled him pretty well last year when he was with Kansas City, and he had a way more explosive weapons on the Chiefs last year, and we were able to shut him down. For me, it's going to come down to can the offense produce today, because that's going to keep your defense off the field. We got to control that clock. We got to get that time of possession, and that's kind of been the recipe for success since we built that offensive line and, Zeke and Dak and their styles of play. And this has got to be a big game for Zeke. He's done it against this team. He has a record of destroying them, so I hope it's another one today. I've got a big, bold prediction on him later. Okay. You mentioned Taco Charlton. We'll bring him up later too. But before we jump into that, I want to get back to this game in a second because the hot topic right now has kind of been wide receiver.
Yes.
So what are we going to be doing there? I know there's been some rumors maybe swirling about Amari Cooper. What do you think about that?
I mean, I don't have any problem with that. The thing is funny because when the Cowboys are talking about having some interest on Amari Cooper, now I hear all the people that have been talking about Dallas need weapons. Now they're crying like, oh, I ain't spending the first rounder for him, though. It's either or, folks. Either we want to go after him or we don't. Yeah, we probably don't want to spend a first rounder on him. Second rounder, maybe third rounder be good. These people talking about fourth and fifth rounders for Amari Cooper, you sound crazy in your brain. Amari Cooper is not a bum. I don't know what y'all been talking about. I know he had the last couple of years he kind of fell off, but you also got to look at the Oakland Raiders. They're a dysfunctional organization. Even after Al Davis died, they're still dysfunctional. I mean, as a player, you still have to deal with that drama, okay? So players aren't robots. They deal with feelings too, and maybe don't want to play there no more. They're talking about he don't like football. I ain't never heard about that until he's been having them bad years at Oakland. You know what I'm saying? They don't have no stability over there. He's over there. He's proven he's only 24 freaking years old. Why wouldn't you take a bite for that? Especially, you can talk the Raiders down. The Raiders aren't going to say third round pick for Amari Cooper. You feel me? They're going to go high and then you go low. They're not going to go low because we're going to go lower. Don't you feel me? So they're not going to go low. They're going to say a first round, and you know you can talk them down lower than that. But yeah, definitely Dallas Cowboys should look at that because we need receiver help. I made a post and I said about all our receiver core: Cole Beasley undrafted, Deontay Thompson undrafted, Bryce Butler, 6th rounder. I mean, we got tons of undrafted players, and people came at me like, oh, draft status don't matter. Yes, it does a little bit. Yes, it does a little bit. Because guess what? If they were undrafted for a reason. Is that not right, G? Yeah. You got to get those top 5 players, and we need somebody to help Dak, period.
Yeah, and, we talk about how we don't need a number 1 wide receiver to win because I had a conversation with about this earlier with Corey Boyd, who hosts a couple other shows here on this network. He was telling me now you guys might say that you would want that number 1 wide receiver. In my mind, a number 1 wide receiver, I think of Julio Jones, Odell Beckham, Antonio Brown. Those guys aren't winning anything. They're not winning Super Bowls. When we say number 1 receiver, we're talking about guys that can start for a team or at least be a number 2. We're dealing with a bunch of number 3s and 4s here, like you said, right. All these undrafted guys. So I mean, you hit the nail on the head too with Cooper. Like, he's young, he's 24. You know what I mean? He showed what he can do. I think Derek Carr's been struggling a little bit more than what people want to admit.
Yes.
So a lot of that could be on him too. And like you said, they're dysfunctional. So he showed what he can do. He was a first-round pick, a top draft pick, and he lived up to that status. So that doesn't just go away. I'm pretty sure he's still good. He's still young. He's not like a Dez where he's 29, 30 right. now. and you're like, okay, maybe he's finished. You know, he still has a lot, his prime years to go.
Exactly. And so when
you
people
need a guy that can catch. We've seen that for Dallas.
Yeah, and then people are busting on him about the drops. Didn't we have T.O. and he led the league in drops that year that he was with us? He had like 14 drops that year, and he was still killing
They all
them.
have drops.
You know what I mean? Receivers going to drop the ball. I get that. Understand? But I'm going back to this. He came in the year. He came in the league. He has proven. Anybody sit there and say, Amari Cooper is a bum, you're crazy in your dome, you're crazy in your scalp. He's not a bum. He's a really good player. He may not be that number one, but he's still a damn better than anything that we have right now, and he can definitely help our team. And if we think that we're going to go with this receiving core and take this team to an NFC or a title with this receiving core, I'm not busting on them, but this receiving core ain't taking us to the Super Bowl, y'all, and y'all damn near sure know it. And yeah, I hear all that, well, Dak got to give him the ball. Yeah, I know that, but he got to have some weapons to help him out still. That's the point, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe later in Dak's career, if he can last that long, maybe then he won't need receivers as much. But right now, he definitely needs help. We all know that. Again, to everybody who's watching us on Facebook Live and YouTube, we appreciate you. Keep your comments coming. We are seeing you on there. We're just kind of talking about a few things real quick. Jay Favela on Facebook Live did have an interesting comment I wanted to well, not interesting, but when's the trade deadline?
I believe the trade line. Oh my God, it popped in my head. I think it's within a few weeks. I know it's not. I think it's this month. I think it is this month.
I want to say week 8 or 9. I'm not 100% sure about that though.
I don't know when the trade deadline, because one of my homies hit me up and said when the trade deadline is. I meant to get back on them. I didn't get it.
Well, hey, somebody research that for us. Let us know in the comments so we can let everybody else know.
Somebody hit me up.
This is, by the way, the platform for you guys, the voice of the fans. We're here for you. We do this show for you so you guys can get your thoughts out. We're going to go ahead and jump into comments in a few minutes and get heavy back into this game, but I kind of wanted to stick on what we're talking about here because there was a couple other names brought up, so I just kind of want to know what you think and what you guys think in the comments too. Let us know. Would you rather Devontae Parker or Kelvin Benjamin if you could trade for one of those guys? Because I know their names have been brought up. I saw you shared something.
I would say Devontae Parker because Kelvin Benjamin, I mean, he just – Kelvin Benjamin to me is just overrated. I think he's just one of those big body receivers, don't really offer much. He doesn't seem like he really cares. He just seems like he kind of goes through the motion. I know Devontae Parker's had the injury issue, but it just seems like Kelvin Benjamin don't really care. That's just what I get off of Kelvin Benjamin.
Lazy.
He just seems like he just don't care, and I just don't want somebody coming to the team that has that kind of attitude because it ain't going to really help the team, and you're not really going to be a threat. Whereas Devontae Parker, maybe a change of scenery helps him, and he plays. Because he seems like he plays hard. He's not really that head case. It seems like Kelvin Benjamin is a head case, and I just don't really want that coming to Dallas.
And Buffalo already has a young quarterback. Well, I think Derek Anderson's in there now, but they had a young quarterback, and you would hope that a receiver that big and of that stature and draft status as he was, I think a first-round pick too, you would think that he would be able to help out that young quarterback, and we're not seeing that, and that's what we need for Dak, so I'm not sure. We've seen Parker helps out a guy with Ryan Tannehill, who a lot of people would consider is not a great quarterback.
They're asking for a third round, and we can get them lower than that.
If you can put up the type of production that Parker has with a subpar quarterback, then you're going to be pretty good, decent wherever you go. So I say I'm with you. I think Parker will be the better choice there. I don't know who's younger or not, if that even makes a difference, but
I think they're close to the same age, but, you know, it's just telling to me how they got rid of Kelvin Benjamin that quick. He was supposed to be one of the guys that was a cornerstone with him and Funches being the two big body receivers, and they got rid of him out of nowhere. So I think that's telling me he hasn't really did anything major over at Buffalo. So I just don't really want to bite on him. And like I said, he has attitude problems. Some people are injured and they go to another team and they're not injured. That could happen with us. We've seen it happen with Jimmy Smith when he was with us back in the day. Remember, he couldn't stay healthy with us. He gets healthy. We cut him. He goes to the Jags and has a Hall of Fame type career. It can happen.
All right, well, moving on, enough of the receiver talk. We're stuck with what we got for now. We got to deal with what we have until a move is made. So until then, let's get back to today's game.
Okay.
Give me the keys to victory today.
Keys to victory, establishing early momentum. The Cowboys, we have to establish momentum. If we get the ball, I know we always kicking, we always receiving it. So if we receive the ball, we have to score early. Scott, I know we have the big play, the long 10, 11 play drives, but I like to see us get a drive where we get about a 5-play drive and score early. You know what I mean? Really kind of take that momentum. I really feel like we need to get the momentum early and grab it and take a hold of it, because if we don't, it's just going to be one of them slug fight. one of those games that don't need to be sloppy. You know what I mean? We need to stay fundamentally sound. I've been preaching that the last 3 weeks, fundamentally sound, because how many times have we seen Ezekiel Elliott in a game like this in Washington? He gets a big game, it's tight, and we get a holding penalty. We must be mentally tough in this game. We can't have mistakes, and we must limit those mistakes. And also, we can't have the busted coverages. You feel me? They don't have a lot of threats on the outside today. They don't have a lot of threats on the receiving core. So we got to play sound football. They don't have threats. So there shouldn't be a game where they're scoring 20, 30 points in this game, G. One of their biggest deep threats was Paul Richardson. He's not playing. That's huge. So now we just really have to play fundamentally sound football. Zeke has to get his yards, but more than that, Dak has to make plays in this offense. He has to get the ball. Receivers have to help him out catching the ball. But more than anything, when it's a 3rd and 7, Dak has to make those plays that he made against the Jaguars. If you don't see the pass, Dak, run the ball like you did against Jacksonville. I'm cool with that. We've been crying about why don't he run like Cam Newton? Well, he ran like Cam Newton against the Jags, and you saw how big of a difference it made in the team. So I don't mind Dak getting out there and scrambling to open the offense up so he can see Cole Beasley get another game like he did last week.
Yeah, I think if we can just get half of what we got on offense like last week, if we can get 20 points today, I think we can win this game, because
definitely,
I feel like this is a great matchup for the defense, considering Alex Smith is a dink and dunk type guy, and I feel like Jalen Smith and Van Der Esch have done a great job of covering those underneath routes, being right there on the guy when they do catch him and tackling him, even forcing fumbles, things like that. You see Jalen Smith running side to side down the line. So, and we're not afraid of Alex Smith over the top.
Right.
Jordan Reed might be
weapons.
Reed would be the only thing you might have to worry about over that middle. But like I said, I'm confident in this linebacker core. You got Sean Lee coming back, so
this should be.
I'm confident. I'm confident in this.
This shouldn't be a complicated game for us. And once again, this is the game I'm looking at, Jason Garrett. And I know the players play, but I hope you have your team got up for this game. Hope y'all understand the importance. What have we been talking about, G? The consistency. We were 1 up, 1 down, 1 up, 1 down. Now we had the win against Jacksonville. We need to build on the momentum, because this is an NFC game. We've already lost to the Panthers. We've already lost to the Seattle Seahawks. Both of those teams are NFC teams. That can come back to haunt you later on if we have an uneven record and we're fighting for a playoff position. So more than anything else, what do they always say do in football? You must win your division first. So if we're going to capture our division, and I was looking here, Dino said the Eagles were losing as well. So we, more than anything else, have to win the division, and this is a big, huge division game, and we must take it today.
Actually, it was confirmed here by Mama T and Dino. Eagles lose. So that is huge. I mean, we got to grab the bull by the horns right now.
Now, G, what have we talked about, right? This was an opportune time. Remember when we played against the Panthers, or was it the Seahawks, where everybody in the NFC lost, NFC East lost, and we were like, yes, this is a perfect time. And what do? Lay the egg. Now, this is another opportunity, Jason Garrett and the Dallas Cowboys. You see, the Eagles lost. They weren't where they thought they were last year. See, everybody thinks because you won the Super Bowl last year, you're just going to come in and win the Super Bowl this year. That don't happen.
That rarely happens.
That rarely happens. Now you got a bullseye, and guess what? It doesn't always seem to happen when injuries come, G, distractions come. That's what always happens. Now you're seeing the losses mounting up. Dallas, take a hold of the NFC East. It's not a tough division right now. Please stop being inconsistent and win it today. It can be taken today.
Yeah, that's what you look for. We say that word a lot here, consistency. We want to see more than one win in a row. We want to get on a streak here. But this is a spot, though, where in the past the Cowboys have not really been able to seize that moment, in the Jason Garrett era at least. When the game or division is on the line or the season's on the line, how many times have we seen this team fold, under that type of pressure? So this is a huge test to see where we're at, to see if there's been more improvement. And let's go ahead then, and because we were talking about confidence, and for me, the biggest thing is going to be, because like I said, I'm good on defense. It's going to come down to Dak and offense. So what's your confidence level today in Dak Prescott?
I don't have. I have confidence in this game. I think Dak will play good, because I think the matchup is for him to do good. Their secondary, yes, they have Josh Norman. Swearinger, I believe, is back at the safety position, but it's still a game Dak. I think really, to me, G, Dak needs to use his feet again. I really feel like when he runs, when he sits there in the pocket and he holds it too long, those are the times, just run. It's cool. Just run the football. Get the first down. Get the down and distance slower, because it seems like when he starts running the football and getting into a groove where he's moving around, offense seems to play better. Does it not, G? It just seems like when he gets to running the ball and he's able to move out of that pocket and allowed to create, the team plays better. When he's constricted in that pocket and he has to sit there and be that pocket passer every play, it seems like our team struggles. Get him out of the pocket. Do those read pass options. Dak, run that ball. That's what I feel like. Run that ball, Dak. And I know he's a quarterback, but it just seems like our team is so much better when he does it.
I personally don't feel like that, and we talked about this before too.
Right.
Sustainability. I just don't think that that's going to get you very far. But I do think you can win in the short term with that. But again, we still saw 180 yards, under 200 last week.
Right. 100 of them went to one player.
Right. And yeah, that stat line was pretty crazy in that game.
Right.
9 catches for one guy and 1 for the rest of players on the team.
Exactly.
So that's still not something for me that I can be confident in with him as a passer. That means we got to rely on him to run that football in order to have that kind of success. So if a defense can key in on that and just stop him from doing that, make him beat him throwing the football, I'm a little bit worried about that. He can't come out here being all hesitant like we've seen. He's got to get that ball out of his hands quick, make those decisions like you said, get him outside the pocket. But before we move on further in this, let's jump back into some shout-outs, some YouTube and Facebook Live. We kind of haven't gotten to that for a sec, but we definitely have been seeing everybody who's been leaving us comments and watching with us. Give us a like and a share on Facebook. Give us a thumbs up over on YouTube. Make sure you go subscribe. Go check out silverbluenation.com, ebsnonline.com. That's the platform where we're broadcasting from.
And Ryan Drab says the trade deadline is October 30th, 4 p.m. Eastern time. Thank you,
Appreciate
Ryan.
that update, Ryan.
Appreciate you, Ryan. You're always there for us, and I love you for it.
Yes. Donovan Smith. You already mentioned Wiseman. He's always in there.
Wiseman,
Tim Warner.
Santana.
Jason
Tim Warner.
Lopez.
Yep.
Everybody, Joshua Melvin, Demetrius Chambly,
What's up?
Ron Garrett, all you guys. Karen, I'm looking at Facebook Live right now. Appreciate all the comments. I'm going to get up there and probably try to take some here soon. PJ asked if we're going to stream the game. No, PJ, we can't stream the game. NFL doesn't like that.
Yeah, they be tripping.
It's not a good idea to we need to stay in good vibes with the NFL.
Yeah, because they already be trying to slap people. They be trying to slap fools. NFL don't be playing. Like, they be finding players.
They'll shut your page down.
They will shut you down. NFL don't play that trash, so we ain't messing around with no NFL, dog.
Let me jump back over here to YouTube now so give you guys a little bit of love who are over here checking us out, commenting. I hope you all come back with us for the post-game reaction.
Yes,
Win
Patreon.
or lose, we're here every single week. Big Game James mentioned Patreon. You can see it right above his head, patreon.com/Silver Blue Nation. You can go there and donate to the nation, and we might have some exclusive type content coming for you guys if you go over there and
some of that wild
support us on
uncut
Patreon.
Stuff. Well, we just be talking all kind of hella shit up in
night.
there. Be crazy up in there. Go in there and subscribe to it. Check it out. Uncut.
Parental advisory advised.
Hell yeah.
A few more YouTube shout outs before we move along. Say Prime Time's in there every week, watches Michael Steven, DJ Wilson. Let me also thank our Patreons, Eric Koshaney, Janiqua Russell, Katina, me, Annette, you. We appreciate all you guys, all the support we get every week doing these live streams. We love bringing it to you guys.
My hat is fresh today. Like, I haven't brought out the hat in a very long time. Like, I rocked the hat. Everybody was like, what's up with the hat? The hat is going to come out on certain periods of time. This is a big-ass game. So the hat comes out on the big games. You feel me? This is a big game in my eyes. I hate the Redskins with a passion. I got too many friends that are Redskin friends, and the thing about the Redskins, they know. They know in their heart. Usually Redskins run their mouth like no other. They talk so much trash to me, but they've been amazingly silent these last few weeks. You know why? Because they know they suck. They know they don't got a team, and then they just hoping and praying we slip up so they can say, yeah, we got you. But they don't even believe it. They ain't even been talking no trash to me, so that lets me know they don't even believe they can win. So Cowboys, don't go in there with no foo-foo crap. Go in there and whoop that ass like you supposed to and shut them up and take this division tie and eventually lead. It's real easy today. They're hurt. We're not. We're better than them. They're not better than us. Kick that ass and don't play. If we let them win this game, you want to see a rant? You're going to see a hellified rant after this game if we lose to these stupid-ass bums, because they're going to be all on my Facebook tagging the hell out of me, and I don't need that crap.
I don't want to lose, but I do like them rants. I think a lot of people would agree with that.
Yeah, all right.
And I don't know if anybody caught it, but I made a big mistake. I had the wrong graphic up on the screen there for a sec. So if anybody caught that, just know that I know. So we're good. I make mistakes like everybody else.
It's all good. Somebody said, is that my Johnny Cash hat? I mean, call it Johnny Cash. I call it more Black Bart. I'm more of the Black Bart type. You feel me? You got the black shirt on with the black hat with the black dude. So I'm just going to be the Black Bart today.
Okay. How impressive as a new kicker Brett Maher been?
Oh, he's been super impressive. I mean, like I said, we've yelled at some of the front office about some of the why don't they go get him? Why don't they go get him? But this is a really good key right here, because remember when we cut Dan Bailey, everybody was going ham. I ain't never seen that many people cry over a damn field kicker in my life. I ain't never seen that many people cry over a field goal kicker. Remember, folks, it's a field goal kicker. As much as we love Dan Bailey, he's still a field goal kicker. You get what I'm saying? So Maher coming in is awesome. But you know what? Maher could go left field in one day. You know what I mean? In one game. So I'm just happy that he's doing it now, and just hoping he keeps it up. He's a young guy. So looks like Dallas has those type of guys that are where they're supposed to be. So I'm really happy about him. We need him because we haven't scored a lot of points this year, as you've seen.
Yeah, I feel like Cowboys are like Kicker U or something now.
I mean,
we just get these
it's like
guys
every
down.
kicker that comes to us, they ball out.
I remember a rough stretch though where we couldn't find a guy.
Right, and then we went on a roll and got like 6 of them, but it seems like they on a 4 or 5 year run with us, and then they fall the hell off like quickly, and then it's just over.
I mean,
so
who would have thought, man? Like at one point, Dan Bailey might have been considered like he definitely had the most accurate kicker in NFL history title for a little while. I think that now belongs to the guy from the Ravens, Josh Tucker.
Hey, I don't care about no records. Just keep.
Yeah, I know, but it's just amazing though how quickly, like you say, he just fell off.
Right
after that injury, I knew when he came back, it was over for him.
You see what he's doing at Minnesota, so damn sure Dallas made the right call. Go ahead.
Well, we've got a special guest lined up for the show today.
Is that Mr. Tucker calling in?
We've got a special guest, Mr. Tucker, lined up for the show.
Yeah.
And, to talk a little bit about this defensive line. You want to give him a little bit of a backstory while I get him in here?
Yeah, I'm gonna give a little bit of backstory. Mr. Brandon Tucker, we had him call in a few weeks, about a month and a half ago, almost 2 months. I came across him. They had a video where he was training Taco Charlton and DeMarcus Lawrence. I really loved and watched that video, and I was just like, man, I really love the training. A friend requested him. We chopped it up back and forth. This guy is a super cool, good man, and I just love what he brings. He doesn't just train the Cowboys. He trains college athletes, high school athletes. He's just a good guy in the community, man. It just seems like he's a guy that people look up to and want to be around. So I'm always blessed to be able to talk to him. And I just wanted to ask him questions, especially since he's been dealing with David Irving, getting them back together as far as his training. And, I love just topping it up and seeing his point of view.
Well, let's bring him on in. How you doing, Mr. Tucker?
I'm good, and I thank you for that intro, brother.
Hey, all good. How you doing, Mr. Tucker?
Oh, so far so good, man. Just enjoying this Sunday with the family before we have to get out and do a little training this evening.
Oh man, you always on it, dog. Like I'm just want to give you one more props, man. I seen you with the kids all the way to college, the pros. I just really feel like that is awesome. I coached youth football for about 15 years, and I really love working with the kids, and just seeing those type of things that you do really builds a lot of character within these young men, and the people really don't understand how far that goes in the future.
I appreciate that. And that's our goal. That's what we want to do when we build our champions. We want to build them on the field, off the field, in the community, in every life arena. We want to build champions.
Heck yeah. Well, let me get into a few questions because I know this game is about to come up in a few. You've been training David Irving. It's been well documented the things he's been going through. I posted a video how you had him do that one move. I don't know the exact move for it, but I mean it was you said we don't just talk about it, we be about it. And I just love how you had the two pace. It was awesome. I just want you to get a little in depth about who David Irving is. I know you nothing to bash on him or anything like that, but a lot of people like, what's going on with David Irving? You're around him. What kind of a person? Does he get a bad rep? Is he misunderstood? What's up with him?
I think it's a lot of both. He definitely does, get a bad rep, and he's definitely misunderstood. And so whenever you have someone that is great, they do things differently than everybody else. And that's really what greatness is. You can't do things like everyone else in order to be great. You got to be different. And David exemplifies that. And so, you know, in this new age we have with social media and the amount of scrutiny these guys are under, nothing can be hidden. You know, so, you know, a lot of stuff that wouldn't normally come to light comes to light now. But David is a tremendous person. As far as family, his friends, you know, he takes care of people. He just really does, I think, get a bad rap.
Yeah, well, you know what? I will say I've definitely been appreciating, because it just seems like when he's training with you, you bring out the beast in him. So let's make sure he keeps on calling your number every single week to get that good trade, because when he messes with you, he gets sacked. So you keep trading him, so you keep him right. All right?
Yeah, we're gonna keep it going. We'll keep it going for sure.
And I want to ask you another quick question. A lot of people have been talking about Taco Charlton. He was training with you. You saw him over the summer. It's 6 games, only 1 sack. He's a first rounder. People are like, "Come on, man! LVE's been stepping up," and now it's kind of like, "What's going on with Taco?" What do you think has been the issue with Taco? Do you think it's just kind of he's almost there and he's gonna get it? What's going on with Taco, do you think, in your mind?
So with Taco, it is opportunity. You know, last year he saw limited reps, although he did have opportunity to play. He was just getting acclimated to the speed of the game and the size of the players and the way he played in college. You know, didn't really transfer immediately over to the NFL game. I think he ended the season with maybe 3 or 4 sacks. Right. And so having had an opportunity to work with him this offseason, you know, you can see his game evolved, it changed, but then Randy Gregory came back.
Right.
And so Taco's now kind of in that same boat he was in last year, where he's not getting the amount of reps that you would associate with a first-round guy, but he's still expected to have the type of production that goes along with a first-round guy. And so, you know, the Cowboys rotate their ends a lot. They rotate their ends a lot. And so I think Taco needs to be able to get in there, stay in there for 2 or 3 series at a time, get his rhythm going, get a nice groove, and you'll see success from him. You know, he just doesn't have, in my opinion, he hasn't had the opportunity to stand out there and get 60, 70 snaps in the game.
Roger. Well, he definitely should probably get some more. You got DeMarcus Lawrence with the torn labrum, so hopefully. Now, I want to ask you a 2-part question right quick before I let you go, and I do appreciate you calling in. I definitely do. Do you think Taco Charlton would be better kicked inside, being like a 3-tech?
He can play it. I mean, he can play it in Marinelli's system. He can definitely play it, but I think that he'll be just fine out there at the 5-tech. He'll be fine. Okay.
And what about your boy Malik Collins? He had a sack last week. I know that's one of your boys. You know, I saw a couple of his videos a couple years ago. That's how I really found out about you. What do you think about Malik Collins? He's had a little bit of the injury bug in his career with the Cowboys. Do you think he's that injury-prone type player? He just kind of had a lot of bad luck right now.
I hope it's that he's had a lot of bad luck. We have been banged up. I don't think he's had a single season where he hasn't had something wrong. But at the same time, he hasn't missed any significant time with that. He's always been a warrior and played through it. So hopefully it's just a little bit of bad luck.
Yeah. Well, so what's your predictions today? You've seen the games on today. I'm going to get your prediction before you get out here. What do you expect, since you've been training a lot of the defensive players? What kind of defensive performance do you expect against the Redskins, especially with them being banging up today?
Now, I really expect them to continue what they did last week. And then actually the defense as a unit has been playing well all season. And the defensive line has really been playing well. So I expect to see the same today. I don't expect to see a drop off at all defensively with Malik playing and with David back. I was disappointed to see that Ross was inactive. But outside of that, even with D-Law, with them saying he has a torn labrum, hell, he's had it for 2 years.
Right.
So I expect them to come out today and really continue to put pressure on quarterbacks and fill gaps in the run like they've been doing all season. I'm excited. They're going to come out on top.
Yeah, well, we definitely need that. Hey, I appreciate you, Mr. Tucker, calling in. I appreciate you chopping up with you like we don't always chop it up, but we chop it up. I ain't going to sit there and lie, so we chop it up every day because that ain't true. But, hey, we still chop it up. I still feel like you my boy, so it's all good.
Oh, for sure.
Hey,
I'm always willing to jump on with you, brother. I appreciate you.
Hey, all day. So I appreciate you, Mr. Tucker. We'll be talking again with you, and let's get this victory today.
Sounds good, baby.
All right,
Thanks,
thank you.
man.
All right, now.
All right, Mr. Brandon Tucker. Make sure you check out his page. It's called Trench Warfare. He trains a lot of young kids, college kids, and these kids ain't that he's training are bums. These kids are thorough. These kids are dogs and monsters. And once again, he trains the Cowboys. Taco Charlton, Malik Collins?
Malik Collins, yeah.
These days, David Irving.
That's like one of the moments where like a name or something starts to look or sound weird.
I don't want to say this wrong.
Is that really a word?
Like, who the hell is that? They ain't no damn Malik. What? So yeah, he's got the Cowboys in the fold. Make sure you check out that website. He's good with those players. But like I said, I'm feeling good today, G, because I just feel like we're the better team, and we just need to show it again today. If we're trying to get to the playoffs, if we're trying to make the playoff push, this is where our playoff push starts today. This is where the playoff run starts today. We're getting ready to head into the bye. We're pretty much healthy. This will be a good way to go into the bye, beating them, going back in the first place, and getting ready for the Titans, who haven't looked great at all. So we got a good little stretch where we can get some games and get some momentum here.
Janiqua Russell finally tunes in with us on Facebook Live, one of our proud patrons.
What up, Janiqua?
Hey, everybody who tuned in today for this pregame show, we appreciate it. And make sure you guys check back in for the postgame, because that's when it really gets hot.
What up, Raymond?
These pregames are all right. I mean, we don't really do, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they all right.
The pregame is just a little preview, but
once that game is over, though,
the real stuff is that postgame reaction.
You need to stay with that postgame.
That's when it's hot. That's when we got 600-700 people watching. So make sure you guys jump back in tonight when the game is over, right around probably, I say 7:30, 7:45. Make sure you looking at your phones. As soon as that game's over, you better be thinking Silver and Blue Nation on your mind. Come and see us on YouTube and Facebook.
You're going to either hear a really, really good rant, or you're going to hear a really effed up rant. And that effed up rant is going to be, man, let me tell you.
What if we put together back-to-back big performances like that? What if we go out here and beat them like 35-7?
Oh, I'm feeling good as I'm saying it.
It's all right.
I'm feeling good as shit if we beat the hell out of them Redskins. If we go in there, like, remember we played them last year at our house and we manhandled them. It was like 38-17. We really kind of just destroyed them defensively. If we go in there and do what we did against the Jacksonville Jaguars, just put pedal to the metal, smacking them fools, sacking Alex Smith, getting no yards rushing. Bruh, I'm already getting goosebumps if that happens, because I hate you Deadskins, Redskins. I hate y'all. I don't like y'all. I never have liked y'all, because y'all talk all that trash and y'all always running your mouths, and y'all ain't won nothing. We ain't won nothing, but y'all ain't won nothing. Y'all ain't had a 10-game win season in how long, dog? Y'all ain't won 10 games in forever. So don't be bringing that trash to me, you sorry bums. And we need to go in your house and beat the brakes off y'all, because y'all ain't no good. I don't respect y'all. I don't like y'all. I don't like your town, your city, none of y'all. And we better go in there and kick your ass like we supposed to, because I don't feel no Redskins. And let's smash these bums. They bums.
That's huge. Everybody loves that.
Yeah. I try to be cool, but then it just comes out.
If we missed your comments today, don't worry about it, because we're here every week, and you can check back in every week. And like I said, on the post-game show, and we'll definitely be hitting comments tonight. You might actually get an appearance from me tonight. No one's ever seen me up there. You might see me up on the screen. That would be weird, wouldn't it?
Jesse Reed asked me, am I on them Coronas? No Coronas, but that 211, you ever holler at that 211? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it is a little something.
It might be a little something. Hey, man, come on, man. Let's keep it real. Don't you?
Score and bowl predictions.
Score and bowl predictions. I am going to still say it's close, just because it's the Redskins. It's at home. They're probably going to play out of their mind, even though they butt. I'm going to say 24-20 Cowboys, but I feel like we're going to have the lead for a little bit, and they kind of have those, garbage yards and maybe garbage points in it, but I feel like we will thoroughly handle them. My bold prediction today on the offensive side of the ball again, Cole Beasley again is going to have another good game, but this time he'll have about 5 catches, 75 yards, and I'm still going to give him 2 touchdowns. And on the defensive side of the ball, I'm going to say
that ain't that bold. I'm just saying.
I mean, okay, well, let me say 3 touchdowns then.
Oh, that's
5
bold.
touchdowns, 5 catches, 75 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's better, okay? And my dog Jordan Lewis is going to get a pick 6 today on the defensive side.
Well, that's impossible because you said 24 points.
Okay, well.
So Beasley ain't getting 3 then.
Well, he ain't getting 3, but let's give him 10 catches in.
Let me give a few.
It's hard for these bold predictions, man, because we schizophrenic, dude.
Let me get a few quick name shout-outs here before we jump off, at least over here. I'm going to do Facebook and YouTube, but let me get my bold and score prediction first. You guys get yours in the comments while I'm saying mine so I can come through, say yours, and then we get to this game. I mean, we got literally like 4 minutes here. So,
all right.
I got Cowboys 24-13.
Okay.
Bold prediction. Zeke 200 yards, 3 touchdowns.
That's bold. That's
he has big games against this team. I expect that to continue today, and I expect us to dominate that time of possession and to shut them down, and they might get some late garbage work. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's a garbage work.
I'm hoping it's like a 21-3 halftime lead, and then we probably ain't going to do much in the second half. We'll just shut them down the rest of the game. So
that's what it's been.
Simon Hernandez says, go Cowboys. Antonio Golden says, what up, y'all? Appreciate you checking us out. Come back for the post game. Michael Lasofa. Cash Meyer said 28-14. Adam Dixon says 24-17. Everybody's saying a win. Cash got Zeke for 150 yards.
I mean, we should whoop their ass. The Redskins are not a better team than us. So once again, Jason Garrett, we always talking about show improve, and win the games you're supposed to win. This is a game you're supposed to win. I don't care if they got the Redskins as a favorite against us. We should beat them. We should beat them really handily, and there shouldn't be no excuses for this game, especially the way they are crippled on the offensive side of the ball. If they really score, I gave them 20 points, and like I said, that's at garbage time. If they're scoring a lot of points on us and just moving the ball up and down the field on us, I'm going to be mad as a mother sucker.
And now I'm looking back over here on YouTube, and Daniel Meza says Amari Cooper. You missed the talk, Daniel. Go back and rewatch it. We talked about that in the first 20 minutes or so of the show.
Yes, we won them.
So make sure you go check that out if you want to hear that take. I'm sure we'll hit on that again tonight, especially if for some reason we lose this game because of wide receivers. Yeah. Which could be possible for sure. I hope Jeff Swaim has a big game tonight.
Yeah.
Rico
Gathers.
That's the one I'm waiting on.
Rico Gathers get a touchdown today, man. Bold, a bold prediction for him? 2 touchdowns.
Oh,
2 touchdowns. Bold. Rico Gathers.
Say prime time. Got some 31-10. Daniel Meza 21-17. Electric Chicken says 26-13. Here goes these crazy YouTube names.
I love the YouTube names.
B. Parker says we're going wide receiver in the first round next season. I don't know.
Probably. I mean, we are.
If you're going to do that, then why wouldn't you give up that first-round pick for Cooper?
That's why I was saying. It was like if you're already going for a receiver, which they are going to go for a receiver in the first 2 rounds, they are going to do that.
You can get you an established veteran who already knows the game.
Who's
you already know he's
right?
not. I mean, you might want to say – some people say he's a bust right now, but –
he's not a bust.
No.
They need to get off of that.
He's a monster.
He's good.
Thurston Howell says, he has the Redskins winning 24-17.
Get the hell out of here.
He says, just because when I say they win, they take L's.
I like your train of thought, but I don't like your train of thought, if you feel me, dog. I still got love for you, though.
Say prime time has got Michael Gallup with 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's pretty bold because he ain't did nothing.
Yeah,
but he's coming on. He's coming on.
That's about almost like your Rico prediction. Pretty bold.
Yeah.
Daniel says Zeke 180 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. Let's go a little bolder, Daniel. Let's get that up to 200.
Yeah, I mean, let's go 200.
And Parker agrees. He says Cooper will basically be next year's first-round pick if we went ahead and spent a first-round pick on him. Matt Shelby checks in on YouTube. I'm looking at YouTube comments right now. John Jones, all you guys who checked us out today for the pregame show, we appreciate it. Make sure you check him back in post-game. And I guess I'll go through real quick a few final Facebook comments, and then we're off so everybody can get to the game. Antonio Golden said Zeke 120. That's not that bold in my mind.
No, that's not bold.
Not at all, really.
That's not bold.
I mean, he averages 100 yards a game.
Right.
Tim Miller, 34-17. Ryan Dye, 23-17. Antonio says, I just hope we get a win. Michael says, 123 Cowboys, 3-2-1. Oh, 1-2-3 Cowboys, 3-2-1 Wheaton Boys. Okay. Oh. he's giving us like a rah-rah thing.
All right.
Appreciate you guys checking us out. Come right back here for this post-game show. The post-game, and we'll see you then.
Peace.